Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. So, I have basically binged this video game nonstop for about 18 hours on and off, about 9-ish hours a day. I'm in love with the game Raft. And I'm in love with it for the simple premise of it has satisfied a need of mine that for anyone else listening who might also have that, I hope to clue you in. But this is a game that got a whole bunch of popularity months and months ago, and I'm just getting to it now because Evan be slow like normal, but what else is new? Raft is a survival game that has that the vibe of it it feeds into the gameplay of it feeds into a very lethargic, almost feeling of loss, of yearning, and that is reinforced by the opening of the game. You start on a 4x4 raft. You are being quite literally hounded by a shark who is, if you go into the water, he takes bites at you, and if you're on your raft, he'll take bites out of your raft trying to get to you. And you are just you're being followed perpetually by this shark, which you can kill, but another will always show up, and you are just floating through the ocean with debris of planks and barrels and palm leaves and pieces of plastic trash floating through the ocean until you with a hook and rope in hand, you just start hooking stuff in and grabbing things from afar, trying to build more space on your raft so you're able to function. That is until off in the distance you see it. An island! Oh, thank God! An island! And you come upon it. And then you realize you have no way to stop your raft. Because you can't stop the raft. You don't have like an anchor or something. And so you're just like, oh, okay. Then you start frantically building stuff like, okay, a paddle, I can paddle back. And then you realize the paddle just, by the time you get to the island, fighting the current, the paddle's broken. And so you're just like, oh, fuck it, I'll hop onto the island, grab some stuff, and then I can build a new raft. You can't build a new raft. In the book, you start with a journal with a picture of your sibling saying, see you where it's dry, and a list of rules. Your hook is your friend, your raft is your life. This is the first rule. There's no hope on land. In fact, when you reach land, even when you are able to dock, you can't actually build anything on land physically. You can't, build a house. You can build like tools and stuff, but you can't, build any structures. The only place you can build, where's the only place you can build your structures? Your raft. And so, what ends up, starting as a feeling of lethargic longing and wondering why the world, is over and why you're just floating through this endless ocean, occasionally, finding an island, cutting down some trees with a rudimentary stone axe from stones you pillaged off the ocean floor, or you were lucky and found them in a barrel. And then you realize your raft is your life. Sure, it's hard initially. You don't, you've got to, get some stuff to cook some water and purify it and desalinate it. Sure, you've got to like get a grill to like cook the odd beet or potato you found in a crate somewhere, or you got lucky on an island and found some pineapple, or even better yet, a watermelon, which is a 2-for-1 in terms of the amount of sustenance it gives. Or you turn to fishing and eat copious amounts of cooked tilapia, herring, and palmfish. And slowly but surely, you figure it out. You don't need to go to every island. Sure, some of the chests might have some rare materials that you can't make. But as you make a research station and slowly start, throwing components into it and seeing all the different things you can unlock, you realize you don't really need the islands unless you're looking for specific materials. Useless items like seaweed and clay, like things like useless things like clay and sand turn into bricks, which then can be turned into a smelter, and then that smelter can take that useless seaweed and turn it into a kind of glue, which then you can use to make a better water container, water bottles, and make a bow and arrow, and God forbid you're able to find some copper on the ocean floor, like copper ore on the ocean floor. You can pair that with some of the glue and some other stuff and make things like batteries and circuit boards. Automate, and then instead of having to constantly manually take these little farm plots you've made to sustainably get some food, you can just automate that shit. It automatically waters it for you. You just have to plant it and pick it. And then, now that you've built this large, imposing amount of bases, you've got metal tools and can do everything you need to. The hodgepodge structure you've built to sort of get everything going, it's not really that attractive. Hey, I've gotten a lot of little parcels out of all of these crates and barrels I've picked out of the sea. Oh, they all have recipes in them for shells and trophies and sofas and beds and all manner of of furniture and apparel. Wait, I can take these useless flowers that I couldn't eat, I can turn them into dyes and paints. I can, and you're like, the interior walls don't look very good. I think having a nice bright color scheme on the inside would be lovely. And so now, with all of the with the ability to, use nets to just catch shit that's floating through the ocean, you don't even have to manually catch things anymore out with your hook. That you just it'll auto collect them as they float by. And now you're able to just focus on the decor, the painting, the how detailed your raft is. Do you want to have a white exterior? Maybe have some nice little lights going around the outside of it. Maybe make the entire interior an indigo. Throw some party lights in there too. Definitely give it that bisexual video essayist vibe. And so what ends up happening, so what ends up happening is that you end up having a floating homestead. It could be as large as mine, or I've seen tiny ones that are compact and nice and quaint and have everything they need from, all in one. And you see these rafts that are just lovely. Is there a story? Yes. Do I care? No. There's purpose. And there's places I haven't even been to yet that I've seen on other people playing the game that I haven't been to. And honestly, I don't care. Yes, there's more to explore, and while I haven't fully 100%ed the game, I don't think I ever would. Yeah, I could get every achievement, unlock every item, but the joy of just accepting taking control of the things I can control and accepting the things I can't, and just floating through the ocean passively. Well, at the point of recording, my life's not going super great, so being able on some kind of cerebral level to accept to what was the I am not a religious man by any stretch of the imagination. Far from it, but I do love my mother. And it's time, and while I'm dealing with the hardships of my own life, my time with Raft reminds me of when my mom would say the Serenity Prayer. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. And that's Raft. There's hardship, but once you start, there's hardship, and yeah, it can be hard early on, but once you push through, once you stop trying to, fight it, and you just embrace the ride, and everything feels okay. And that's Raft. And I love it. And it's a $20 game that was huge a year ago, but I'm still playing it. I'm playing it now, and it's wonderful. I encourage anybody who hasn't gotten a chance to give it a shot. It's great. Thank you so much for listening. I appreciate you, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for listening. If you want to talk to me outside of the podcast, or you want to engage with our wonderful community, please consider joining our Discord at discord.gg/HIMedia. And if you are already a member of our Discord, please consider becoming a paid subscriber on our Discord. You get things like getting videos a week early, exclusive videos just for channel members, and plenty of other perks like access to our Discord soundboard. I appreciate you and everybody listening for watching. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you guys next time.